everybody. Welcome to the QuiverCast.
You go left, I go right. Man, this wave is out of sight. Going surfing, going surfing, going surfing with friends.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to the QuiverCast. Today, we are super excited to have none other than Gnarly Charley. How are you, Charley?
Oh, man, I'm doing great. Well, it was as good as I could. We do got a hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico, and it's making me forget all about the shark bite. I want to go surf this hurricane swell.
Okay, so we're going to start with today. You got bit by a shark a few days ago. What happened?
Yeah, Sunday morning, I was surfing Sunday morning at New Smyrna Inlet, better known as the Shark Park, shark bite capital of the world. And the waves were firing, man. I was so stoked. I surfed 2 hours of perfect waves, offshore wind, and everything was going great. I come in, and everything went downhill. I stepped off, I just stepped off to get in, and I stepped right on top of a fish. And by the time I even thought about what kind of fish it was, it bit me twice. It lit me up. I could feel my foot like inside the shark's mouth, and he chomped down on it. And I'm like, oh my God. Like everything just stopped. But it happened so fast after he bit me, I just sat there for a minute and go, oh my God, I just got bit. Like it happened to me. 62 years of, I finally got bit. I started paddling it a little more, and then I thought I got to look at my leg. I can't believe I hope it's not bad. So then I looked over my shoulder, and I raised my foot out of the water, and what do I see? Nothing. No blood. I'm like, oh my God, I got lucky. Well, as soon as I stepped on the beach, my left foot, shark's teeth are so sharp, couldn't see the slices. Then when I stepped on the beach, all the slices all opened up like a flower in the morning, and all this blood started squirting out of all the holes. I'm like, oh my God, I got it. So then I made my way to my car, and I had to try to stop the bleeding. So what I did was, I kind of think about it real quick, and I thought my leash on my surfboard. So I grabbed my leash and wrapped it around my leg 2 or 3 times, and I pulled it real tight, and it actually worked. It stopped the bleeding. And then I went back out in the ocean and ripped my leg off because it was just covered in blood. And then I came back to my car, and I'm actually talking to a few people, and then I went back out in the ocean to rinse more blood off. And then I decided to get back in my car, and I drove over to the hospital and got stitched up. Pretty gnarly, huh?
Super gnarly. Was there any pain to it associated with it?
No pain at all. I've been bitten by crabs and it hurt more because when a shark bites you, it's so sharp and you don't even feel it. I felt like he bumped into my leg, but I could feel that. I could feel the closure, the power of his jaws just crunching down on my ankle and the bottom of my foot. He almost got my Achilles tendon, but I'm lucky he didn't hit that, or I'd be out of the water for 6 months instead of 6 days.
And probably an operation too, or something too.
Oh yeah. That's all surgical stuff. All I got was 6-day stitches, and I'll be back in the water on Tuesday or Wednesday.
So lucky.
Oh my God, right?
With all your years surfing, did you ever see sharks, and were you ever concerned?
Oh my God. I see 5 or 6 sharks every day.
Every session?
Daily. Every session. Right. I've got names for the sharks at the shark park. I literally got names for them, like they're my pets. They don't bother me. They've never bothered me. I just stepped on this one particular, and he retaliated.
He's the true local.
He's a local. They're all locals. They don't live right by the jetty.
How do you tell them apart?
Well, because some of them are a little bigger than others. Some of them actually have motor scars on their backs where they've been hit with motors. I can tell. I know them.
Okay.
I mean, having names for them is a little extreme, but basically I know them all. And I know the mom. They don't bother you. They're totally harmless. I try to get near them. You can't get near them. I try to take pictures of them. When I take pictures in the morning of waves, can't get near them. I get a picture of their fin out of the water. That's it. Once I take a step in their direction, they haul butt.
How big are they?
Oh, anywhere from 3 feet to probably 6 or 7 feet.
Okay.
Not that bad.
It was a bull shark, correct?
I believe so. I didn't get a good description of it. It was either a bull shark or it was a black tip. It's just one of those two because we've had a lot of those in the area lately in the shore break.
Are they aggressive towards humans? Either one of those breeds?
Black tips are not aggressive. We got black tips. We got lemon sharks. We got nurse sharks. We got spitter sharks. They're all very unaggressive. Now, the bull shark is very curious, very aggressive. They will come after you because they think it's bait. Whenever you see bait fish jumping around, get out of their path because they're going to take anything in the way.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How did you score this day by yourself? Why wasn't there anybody else out there?
I'm glad you asked that because I've got a great answer for that.
Okay.
It was a rainy, windy morning Sunday. I'm on this 148-day streak of surfing every day. I was trying to see how far I could surf, how many days I could surf. And I was day 148. It was the first day of fall. And I'm like, yeah, we're going into fall now because I started in spring. I went all summer. Now I'm into fall. And it was kind of a drizzly, weird morning out. By the time I got to the inlet, the weather cleared and the wind went offshore.
Yeah.
And the waves were pumping. There was nobody out.
How big was it?
It was like shoulder to head high. It was pumping.
No way. And it was offshore?
Yeah, that's the beauty of it all. Me and my buddy were just scoring, man. We're just like blow for blow, wave for wave, just trying to show off in front of each other.
Isn't that what all surfers do?
Yeah, kind of. You're right. I guess that wasn't a big deal. I didn't think of that. I was all caught up in the moment.
Was your friend still in the water when you got bit?
Yeah. He didn't come help me.
He didn't help you?
No, because he didn't know I got bit. I didn't scream or yell. I just went, damn! I just got bit under my tub. So I just went in.
Okay.
I didn't want all the attention, although I've got it now. But I didn't want the attention on the beach, all the ambulances and all that crazy stuff.
You felt like you didn't need it.
No, I just wrapped the shit up.
Okay.
Tourniquet, wrapped it up, and drove myself to the hospital.
Have you ever seen anyone else get attacked pretty badly? Like, have you seen?
Oh God! I pulled the kid out of the water a year ago. His whole calf was bit off.
No.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture if you really want to see it, but it's pretty graphic.
Oh no, that's crazy. Yeah, I need to see that.
It was a kid. I'll send it to you after the show's over.
Okay. So you have seen tragedy happen in the water from these sharks?
Probably throughout the summer when they're really migrating. I probably see about 6 to 10 shark bites a summer. Yeah.
Okay.
Right by me. I mean, a week ago, someone got pulled out right next to me, got bit.
Let's talk a little bit about where you live at. What part of Florida you live in?
I live in New Smyrna Beach,
okay.
Florida.
So it's kind of like what part of the state?
It's in the central, right in the middle. I'm a little bit north of Cape Canaveral.
Are there a lot of local surfers? What's the crowd like?
Crowd is intense. It's the most consistent wave on the East Coast. Every day in the summertime, there's waves. That's where everybody comes here from.
What kind of swell? Is it like ground swell, wind swell? What is it?
Wind swell, ground swell. Basically, a fisherman told me this story a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why there's waves every day at New Smyrna Inlet is because in the bottom of the ocean, we have these troughs that go right out to the Gulf Stream.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know anything about the ocean, the Gulf Stream is always moving. It's always busy. So it channels it right into New Smyrna.
Wow. Okay.
I never knew that until about 3 years ago. Makes sense.
Yeah. Like, is there a local vibe? Like, do you get vibed out of the water there if you don't live around there?
You know, I'm not like it used to be in the 80s. And everything's changed. But, you still have to have proper etiquette, just like anywhere else. You can't take off in front of, cut people off. People that take off in front of people. I don't see many arguments and fights in the water like you did years ago. But still, you still get them. But it's not that bad because there's just so many varieties of surfers that come here. It's too far gone. It's over. People quit getting mad.
What's the generations like? Is it all like guys your age or the guys younger? Like, how's the?
Well, there's
crowd?
not a lot of guys my age surfing like me. Not like me, but
now
just
you're ripping.
like I do every day. Thanks. But the generation it's probably 15 to 25, like any other city.
Okay. Getting the boards real quick because I want to talk about the way you surf. You haven't transitioned into like a longboard or nothing. You've stayed on a shortboard all these years.
Death do us apart. I will never ride a longboard or a fun skate or an egg. No, I ride a high performance board.
Okay, how wide's that thing?
It's 20 wide, 30 liters. It's 6.0 moontail. I got my own design. Quiet Flight makes my surfboards.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Talk about your boards.
I ride a 6.0 moontail. It's about 2 inches thick. It's maybe right at 20 inches wide. It works in all kinds of good conditions. I like it 2 foot waves. I like it 8 foot waves. I ride a twin fin. I don't ride a third fin. I've never ridden a twin fin. Mark Richards has always been one of my heroes. So I've always been a twin fin my whole career. It's so funny the way I've got 18 titles, East Coast titles on a twin fin.
I know you ride a twin fin. So you've never put the middle fin in or even a trailer fin?
I tried it. It's just so silly. To me, it's silly. There's no need. I don't like anything between my fins. I like the water to flow through my fins. And I feel like I move faster with just a twin fin.
Are these
it's probably just in my head, though.
Are they like future FCS fins or are they glass on?
I got FCS, MR FCS 2s. They're pretty amazing.
With your board, Where do you get this model out? How do you pick one up? At the Quiet Flight?
Quiet Flight surfboards.
Okay.
Yeah. You can go to Bruce Reagan is my shaper. Quiet Flight surfboards have been around forever. 40 years out of Cocoa Beach. QuietFlightSurfboards.com. It's probably one of the biggest selling East Coast boards there is.
Have you tweaked on the board, like changed the dimensions over the years?
Oh, yeah. I that's what I did. I tweaked the moontail out of it. I don't know if you ever heard of a guy named Matt Rockhold out in California.
Yep.
But
is the fighter guy?
Yeah, he used to rip Mac Rockhold. He used to ride for Xanadu.
Yeah, and his brother's the MMA guy, right?
Yeah. Okay. So I got his model. I used to work for Surf Tech Surfboards.
Yep.
And I rode these moontails. It was a Matt Rockhold model.
Okay.
And ever since then, I've been stuck. So I took it to Quiet Flight, the same model, on a real surfboard.
Okay.
Never look back.
All right. So how involved are you in the shaping process when you're like tweaking it? Are you involved?
I'm not. I'm there once in a while. I've been there. I've actually learned how to shape a little bit. I've driven the plater up and down the boards a few times. I've sanded some rails, but I'm not like I would never make a surfboard. That would not be good.
Why?
Because I don't know how to do it. I would love to learn though. It's a hell of a thing to do, just to be able to make your own board must be amazing.
Yeah.
But I just don't have the interest to go into it.
You're surfing too much.
Make me a board. I'll take that thing out and I will blow up on that thing.
Where did you grow up surfing? Where was your first wave caught?
New Jersey.
Really? Okay.
Crazy, huh?
How'd that happen, of all places?
I was born in New Jersey, and we lived on the shore, Jersey Shore.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, I just wanted to learn it. My mom said I used to stand up on my raft, and then they figured it out that this guy wants to go to the next level. So my dad bought me a no-bad surfboard for $20. We're sitting on the beach in New Jersey. My dad takes it out and tries to show me how to surf, and he almost lost all his front teeth. Because the board came back so fast, he had one of those little bungee cord leashes on.
Yes.
I'll never forget it. I'm like, Dad, what are you doing? Just give me the board. I'll figure it out. Like, all these coaches nowadays have to have, I'm a coach too, but like, it's all silly. Just go out and surf, have fun.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out.
But your dad didn't, so he got slammed in the face, huh?
And, he's out there baffling around, getting beat up by the whitewater.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching, I'm like 12 years old, like, dude, I could do this, Dad.
Yeah.
I can do this. So finally, after he almost lost his teeth, because, back in the day, in the 70s, the leash came back at you so fast,
yeah,
you almost had to go back underwater. I said, take your head off. Not like today.
No.
So then I got the board and I paddled out. I never really made it out to the outside because I was a kid, but I just rode whitewater. And I was so stoked, and I never looked back since. Since then, I'm an 18-time East Coast champion.
So how long did you live in Jersey before you moved to Florida?
I lived in Jersey until 1972. I moved to Florida.
Okay, so you're still a Grom.
Oh, yeah. I was 10 years old.
Okay, so you're 10 years old.
You moved 62.
You moved to Florida. How well are you surfing at that point? Just kind of still new?
Oh, I was horrible.
Okay.
I was just a kid. I was just learning. I was going straight.
Yeah. So you show up in Florida, and what's the crowd vibe like then?
The crowd vibe, I can remember it. There was no crowd. There was
really?
always so many people. Oh, back in 72?
Yeah.
I was a kid. And I'm like, I had a single fit at this time now.
Right.
I remember I had a single fit, and I thought I was cooler than sliced bread.
Of course.
Because here I am, got my own board. I got me a pair of Birdwell baggies.
Yeah.
Life's good, bro. I got the blonde hair, and I had the look, man. And this is where it all started, bro. And I never looked back, and I just took it to the next level.
Okay, so you surf for a little while. Who are the guys you're looking up to? Are you reading the magazine, like all stoked on?
Oh, of course I was. Well, the guys I was looking up to were Robert Bartholomew, Sean Thompson, Ian Cards, guys like that,
Right.
And those are my heroes, man.
Did your heroes ever show up at your local break and surf?
I never saw a hero in my life.
Really?
Until I was like 20. Yeah.
Okay.
But I didn't care. I was trying to be my own hero. I just wanted to surf.
What about some of the local guys in Florida? There's a lot of good surfers.
Guys in Florida, a guy named Kevin Ogden. He was a really good surfer. I heard he was at the inlet one time at Ponce Inlet, and I had to go down there. So I got down there, and I heard Pat Mulhern was down there one time.
Yeah.
And he was like, Pat Mulhern was a big surfer back in the 70s and 80s. And I rode MTB surfboards later in life, but I remember he was down there, and the word was out, Pat Mulhern was at Ponce Inlet. And I'm like, I'm hitchhiking down there because your parents didn't take you nowhere when I was a kid. They didn't do shit.
Okay.
They didn't. They bought me a surfboard. That was it. You're on your own.
That's right.
I got around. Don't worry. I figured it out.
All right.
Kids nowadays are lost, bro. They can't figure nothing out. They're done. I work with kids.
Yeah. I get it. Totally different times. So in the 70s, you're hitchhiking, you're trying to score, you're trying to see some of these local legends.
Yep.
How's your surfing compared to theirs?
I was nowhere near that level. I was just nothing. I was at this point. I was going down the line now, and I was doing some turns, but I wasn't slamming it up into the lip like they were, and doing roundhouse cutbacks, throwing spray 15 feet away, all the way around the turns. Like I do now. But I was there. I was, and I was the kind of kid. I didn't get in their way. I didn't cut nobody off. I just sat back and learned and watched.
There you go. That's good advice for kids today, huh?
It should always be that way. It should never have stopped.
Right.
Nowadays, they get in the way, they take off, and if you say something to them, me of all people, I get a freaking long email from a parent. Why'd you yell at my kid? Well, because I did what you didn't do. I told him how to have surf etiquette, which you should be doing. Don't talk to my kid that way. He doesn't need to be like that. I'm going to have to get him counseling now. No, you don't. You don't need to get counseling. You need to step up to the plate and be a parent.
Are these parents that don't surf?
I have no idea. My dad didn't surf, but he was willing to take me out and almost lose his teeth.
I know, but I feel like a kid that their parents surfs, they understand.
They don't. I run a surf series. That's a whole other ballgame we'll get into.
We will get into that in a little while.
And the parents I see, I could tell you, we could be on the phone for 24 hours, and I could tell you all the stories. Like, how did my kid get beat? He caught 15 waves. That kid only caught 2. Oh, no, you don't get it. It's only your top 2, man. That kind of that's what I got to deal with because they're so beginners.
So at what point do you jump into competition?
Glad you brought that up. So about 1980, I was 1880. My friend asked me, he goes, "Hey, man, you want to go up to the East Coast Championships in North Carolina and check out? I'm in the contest, but you want to go with me and watch?" I'm like, "Sure, why not?"
Yeah.
I go up to Hatteras, and I couldn't believe the waves I saw there. It was going off that year.
Wow. Okay.
And my friend, a good friend of mine named Charley Coon. I don't know if you ever heard of him, but
I love Charley Coon. Yeah.
Oh, you know who he is?
Of course.
So that was my friend. So I saw him up there, and he won. He won the contest.
Yeah.
And I looked at me. He won. He won the East Coast Championships.
Yeah.
So I looked him right in the eye, and I looked at him. I said, "Hey, man, this is really cool." I said, "I'm going to stand here next year." And he looked at me and goes, "Okay, good luck." And the next year, I go home to Jacksonville. I was living in Jacksonville at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I go home to Jacksonville, and I start training. And I'm surfing 1-foot waves. I'm surfing 2-foot waves. I'm surfing 10-foot waves, 6-foot waves, choppy, perfect. I did freezing cold. I did whatever it was. I was out there. So here it comes. The next year comes up. This time I qualified because I did the ESA. I qualified. I go up to Hatteras. I beat everybody the whole time. Well, I met a guy named John Holman in the final 8-man finals. John Holman
final?
We got to lose twice. So there was like 8-man preliminaries for the finals. It's going crazy.
Interesting.
And there I was. I'm beating everybody. And I'm like, oh, my God, I can't believe I'm beating everybody. So then all of a sudden, it was the final 2 guys in the contest. It was the final 8. And in the final 8, you got to lose twice to get put out. That's all. Okay. I was in that bracket. I won all those heats. But then I came to the last 2 guys, which was me and John Holman. He invented the Air 360. I don't know if you ever heard of him, but you ever heard of him?
No, I never have.
You never heard of John Holman, Air 360 guy?
No, I haven't.
Oh, my gosh. Well,
but I'll Google him.
Magazine. You should Google him.
Yeah.
And they Google me, Shark Attack. Look what comes up. It's amazing.
That's all that comes up on you, by the way. Right now.
It's nuts. For now. But anyway, so John Holman, I draw John Holman in the heat. And I beat him. I just beat John Holman. I'm nobody. And John Holman was like this, getting ready to go pro this year after he wins this contest.
Okay.
And he had a luxurious career. But all of a sudden, this guy from Jacksonville, this no-name, gnarly Charley, and they call me Jack Air because Matt Keckley named it Jack Air because he was Keck Air. I was Jack Air. And all of a sudden, I'm out there doing my turns, and I beat him. I beat John Holman. So then we had to go out again. And then he beat me.
Wow.
So then we had to go out one more time.
Best 2 out of 3?
And then I beat him. I was East Coast champion.
That's so sick. Okay. How many top waves were they counting?
Top 3 back then.
Okay.
They counted the top 3. That was right before the era where they did the top 4, I think.
Okay. They went 3, 4, and then they went to 2.
And then 2. That was 2. It'll always be 2.
How old are you when you won your first East Coast title?
I got the trip looking at it right now. It's 1982. I was 20 years old because I was born in 62.
All right, cool. All right, so you win and you're on top of the world.
Oh, yeah. All the magazines, some of the headlines were, "The sleeping giant has awakened in Hatteras." It was cool, dude. It was so cool.
What boards were you riding at the time? Were you riding a twin fin?
I was riding, believe it or not, a Roseboro, Dickie Roseboro out of Hawaii. And on the bottom of my board, I'll never forget it, he made a little saying just for that contest. You ready for this?
Yes.
To a top-ranking, bojanking, skanking outfit. I'll never forget that. That was on the bottom of my board. And here it is, like this Rozo. He lives in Jackson, but he's from Hawaii. But this weird, like, saying, and it was stuck because it was cool. It rhymed.
Yes.
And I go out there and I win the East Coast Championships on a Rozo. First of all, who the hell's Gnarly? Well, it wasn't Gnarly Charley then. Who the hell's Charley Hajek? Who the hell's Rozo? Nobody even heard of his boards, never even heard of me. But I was like that biggest underdog ever. Came out of nowhere and went somewhere.
This is coming off the late 70s and you're going into the early 80s.
No, that's 82.
82. So your early 80s, my point was, the 70s you're riding probably white boards and black wetsuits.
I was riding a Tom Overland single fin.
Now you're getting to the early 80s. The dress code of surfers are changing. The boards are getting colorful.
Boards are getting colorful. They're getting way smaller. They're more high performance. Well, because of the contest I won in 83, that was the championships.
Mm-hmm.
That next winter, I was on the North Shore. I was on the North Shore in 84. It rhymes. I got sent over there to compete in the U.S. Championship at Makaha. And all of a sudden, here I am in North Shore, whole other ball game. None of my boards were good. I couldn't use them. They were too small. Okay. I had no idea. But I'm staying at Mark Fu's house, and I'm in the car one day with Kelly Slater. He's like 10 years old, and I could care less about him. But I was with Sean Thompson, Mark Fu, Dan Merkel, the photographer.
Yep.
I was like, oh, my God, I'm going to with Sean Thompson.
Yeah.
I was like going off the wall.
How was it?
Scary. It was like 6 to 8 foot. I had to borrow one of Mark Fu's boards because my boards were nowhere near the right equipment. I didn't know. I had no idea what I was getting into. But I was riding like a 6.6, and I had all like 6.0s. And they were not even, they were Florida shapes. They were too wide. They just were not. I got the lowdown as soon as I got to Mark Fu's house. He told me, dude, these boards aren't going to work here.
Okay, how does Sean Thompson and all those guys treat you?
They were fine. Mark Fu's like, you can stay at my house. And I said, I don't really have a lot of money. He goes, I don't care. You got to every day you got to do a little work around here and work off your stay. So I had to build a shoe rack one day, and I had to clean this and rake that, and all kinds of weird little things he did. I remember one night I woke up, and I was like, I just woke up out of it. He was like sleeping in the next room.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck was that? Oh, go back to bed. It was a cleanup set at the bay. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, those boards you brought, they're not working here, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like, oh, that's when I started getting scared. Like, real, like, not like, I don't know, it was a weird scare. Of course, the next day I wake up, I was 10 to 15 feet, and I didn't surf.
You did not surf?
I surfed this place called Rubber Duckies.
Okay.
And it was still scary there.
Were you seeing the other East Coast guys you knew on the
Yeah,
North
like
Shore?
Bill Johnson was out. Matt Keckley was out. They were charging it.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for any of that, but I eventually got into it. I remember surfing off the wall. It was like 4 to 6 foot, and I was riding one of my boards, and I remember Mitch Thorson almost ran right up my ass because I had nowhere to go, and he was right behind me, and you're either going or I'm going up your ass with my board, so I had to go. Needless to say, I went over the falls at Pipeline. I hit the reef, and my ankles were all busted up, and he's like, sorry, bro, you got to go, man. I remember Joe Roper was out, and I don't know if you know any of those days, but it was a long time ago. It was 84, my first year.
Right.
Boy, was it a learning experience.
Were you friends with Matt at the time, Matt Keckley?
Oh, yeah. I've been friends with him to this day. We've been friends. We went together. We went to Peru together. We went to Hawaii together. I was with him and Marvin Foster. He went to Peru with us, but that's another story. But I met up with Marvin Foster. He was really cool.
Did Matt give you advice about your boards going into Hawaii?
Of course. I was riding his board. Yeah. Well, no. I didn't. It wasn't like a planned trip with Matt Keckley. He was just there.
Yeah.
I didn't go with him.
Yeah.
But I went with him to Peru, and he helped me a lot. But he offered to let me use his boards, which were like, he had quad fins or like 6.6s and 6.7s, which actually got in the wave. I learned a lot. I figured it all out. And then all of a sudden, it gets crazier. I'm over there for the YMA and Bay contest. I was there for the contest. And you ever heard of Lord Talio?
Yes, I've heard. Yeah, the guy, the
He
older
was the
guy.
announcer in all the contests in the 80s.
Yep.
All of a sudden, Glenn Witt, the pro surfer from Australia.
Yeah, he's been on my
like, hey,
show.
dude. Oh, has he? Okay.
Yeah.
So he knows me. He's like, dude, I need a caddy. I'm like, I'll do it. Oh boy, was that the worst thing I ever did in my life. I go, what do I do? He goes, you just towel our board out. My friend did. We both did. We had 2 caddies. So I'm out in the heat. It's 10 to 15 sunset. It's me and my buddy KJ and of course Glenn Witt. And then we had Mark Richards, Tom Carroll, and Aki were in the heat.
Oh,
and I'm
shit.
like, God, these waves are scary, bro. And my buddy's like, what? And I'm like, why did I do this? I'm scared. I've ever probably got waves that are 3 stories. And if I lose my board, I got to give this one and I got to swim in.
Yeah.
Because there was no jet skis back then.
Right.
But he never lost his board, so I got in. It took me like an hour to get in against the rip, but I finally got it. But it was a hell of an experience to learn. There I was out with all these gnarly pros.
How fun.
I love that story. I tell people that all the time.
So how many years did you go to Hawaii?
After that trip, then I went back every winter for like 10 years. I got figured out and got the right equipment. And then, I was getting little barrels here and there. I still didn't serve it like 15-foot shit, but I was serving Jocko's, Chuds, Ronnie Kaya's. I was going all over. I was serving up Sunset, of course, and then what's right before Sunset at one spot. Rocky Point was my favorite. Off the Wall was fun. I served with Tom Kerr. I almost took my feet off one day. It was just all I could see was the OP blur when he hit the lip when I paddled over the wave. That was sad. So sick.
Wow. So you've had some deep history.
Oh, God. You have no idea. I'd go for like the whole month of December.
Okay.
Spend Christmas there and come home in January.
All right. So you come back in January. How different are the waves in Florida?
It was so funny. As I figured shit out as I grew up, I'm like, God, the boards I ride in Hawaii, I can't ride here. The boards I ride here, I can't ride in Hawaii.
Right.
So I had a whole other quiver of boards from MTV that I rode that were just like different waves for different boards. Simple as that. But it was tough. I'd get home and I'd get frustrated because I couldn't catch the waves like I wanted to. I couldn't surf them like I wanted to. So I had to adapt when I came home because, there's so much water moving in Hawaii and there's no water moving on the East Coast.
Yeah. So let's go back to your competition days. How did you get 18? Well, obviously I know how you got the 18.
I just got one this year. I surf. I still surf. I still compete to this day. I just got 2024 East Coast Championships, NSSA, and New Smyrna. They have it here every year.
Okay.
And I got the trophy.
So were you loving competitions?
Oh, I love it. I still do. I still get invited to all these contests all over the world. Like I'll go to the Masters contest in Dominican or the Legends contest in Puerto Rico, and I won. It's crazy.
Wow.
Well, I got first in Puerto Rico last year, and then I got third in Dominican Republic. It's in my age division, but everybody knows me. It's crazy. And this whole shark thing just went nuts. It went viral all over the world. Everybody knows me. It's so funny.
Let's talk a little bit about competitions, though.
Okay.
After these years and years of competition, do you feel like when you free surf, you surf differently than in heats, or do you surf the same?
I would say yes to that 25 years ago, but I surf so many contests and so much surf. That's why I do so good. In my head, I go out there and surf like I'm just free surfing. I don't get worked up and I have fun.
Okay.
I try to tell my competition that. Don't think about it, guys. Just go out there and have fun, and you'll surf way better. That's what I do. But yeah, there's a different kind of surfing. It's a little more pressure on you, but I don't have any pressure. I like to get beat. I know that sounds cocky because when somebody beats me, they talk about it for 6 months. I beat Gnarly Charley. But if I beat them, it's over. Oh, he beat me again. But if I get beat, like I just got beat in a contest like a month ago.
Yeah.
This guy beat me. Thoroughly beat me. We tied, and they actually had to break the ties, and it went to him. I was so happy for this guy, dude. And he was so stoked he beat me. It was all over the internet for like a week straight how he beat me. I was like, all he's doing is promoting me. I thought it was cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point.
It is.
Let's talk about promoting you. You are pretty damn good at promoting yourself and promoting your surf series and everything you do.
I got a lot of haters, bro.
Do you?
Oh, they all become my fans eventually. That's what pissed them off. I go, hey, I got a lot of haters, more than you could ever imagine. You only got haters if you're successful. So all my haters, I love you because eventually you're going to be my fans. I tell them they hate that the most because they are. They're following every fucking thing I do. Everything I do, they're watching me. They're watching me. So that's not a hater, dude. Deep down, that's a lover.
There you go.
If I hate somebody, I'm not going to follow them. I'm not going to I don't hate anybody, but if I don't like somebody, I don't comment on their shit. I don't look at their shit because I delete them. That's just real simple.
Okay.
I don't know what they're doing because I don't care what they're doing. But if someone says they hate me, all of a sudden they know everything I do. You're a bitch. You're a fan.
Do you think they hate you because they're jealous of you?
I'm very jealous.
They are
why.
very.
I'm 62 years old. But you know what it is? I'm 62 years old. I travel the globe surfing, and I do what I want. I'm carefree. I don't have a worry in the world. I got lucky in life, I got lucky.
Your colors on your boards and the brightness of you. You never lost the 80s touch.
I tell people, dude, you're so easy. You're damn right I am. That's the only way to portray the 80s. Because if you're older, you'll know what's up. There's no era better than the 80s. And you know damn well I'm right. So I'm 80s. All my clothes are bright, like lime green, pinks, oranges. I don't care. I glow and I love it. Hey, look at me, mother.
I love it.
Okay, here's a good example.
Okay.
I go surfing.
Yeah.
If the waves are good somewhere, no matter where I go, I always seem to find a good spot to go surfing because that's what I do. I look for the waves and I go chase it. If I don't get a picture, if I can't find a photographer, which that drives me crazy because I know so many, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. Every time there's a swell, sometimes after I surf, throughout the period of the day, I'll see somebody on the internet with me because they got my board because it's so colorful.
Yeah.
My board stands out. That's another reason why I got colorful boards.
If you talk to...
Oh, my God. This hurricane is up to 80 miles an hour. Holy shit. We got a gnarly one coming, dude.
Now, is that going to be in the Gulf?
It's in the Gulf, but it's going to sweep the west coast of the Gulf, which means we're only 200 miles wide in Florida. We're going to get thumped, dude. Trust me. If that thing wobbles to the east a little bit, we're screwed. That's all. So we're all watching this thing I can't believe it's 80 miles an hour. Yesterday was just a bunch of cloud coverage over the Caribbean. Holy shit. It is a full-flown 80-mile-an-hour hurricane right now. And it still has 2 days to get in the Gulf. And that water's 85 degrees in the Gulf. It'll be Category 4 when it hits Tallahassee.
Really? You think it's going to get that big?
Oh, my God. Dude, it's already 80. It's just going to feed off that warm water.
What's the closest call you've had to a gnarly hurricane? Like, have you been pounded in your house?
Yeah, Jacksonville, we had one. I was out serving. I mean, I had to get home from Hatteras one time, and bridges were closed. The wind was 30, 50 miles an hour. It was nuts. Like, I go out on the beach, and I'm, taking photos, and people go, get out of here. I'm like, no, I'm getting photos. But, you got to be careful. Things fly around, they can hit you. It's gnarly, bro. Like, you live in California, you guys really don't get hurricanes.
No, we don't.
You get the swells from them, but you don't get hurricanes. Let me tell you something, dude. When you're looking out your window, and you see shit go fly by your house in the air, if it hits you, it would kill you. That's scary. I've seen that.
That's super scary.
Yeah, like metal pieces from signs, like the flying by
sheet metal,
like sheet metal. There you go. Those are good. That'll cut your head right off.
Yeah,
if it hits you right. I've seen tractor trailers get blown over.
No,
like it's nothing. Oh yeah, dude.
No way. So, what's the biggest surf you've been out in hurricane surf?
15 feet, baby.
Okay,
and it's scary.
Is a lot of water moving?
A lot of water moving up the face. Like when the wave comes in, it looks like a waterfall going upwards.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that's a good example.
Yeah, well, people can understand that. Think of a waterfall going up, not down. That's where the wave, that's how much the water rushes up the face.
So what does that do to your board? Is it holding you up?
Nothing. It definitely holds you up. That's why I tell people, if they're going to go surf big waves like that wind, you got to paddle into the wave and don't even get up until you're into the wave because it'll blow you back off. You got to get 3-4 paddles into the wave, then stand up and lean in the direction you're going, and you'll get into it.
Have you been in a sketchy situation where you go, oh, shit, it's getting bigger or it's too heavy out here?
Yeah. Dude, I almost drowned the last swell we had here. I got held under. I couldn't get up. It was just giant. We had this last hurricane. I got flicked like a booger, bro. I got one to get up, and I couldn't get up, and the lift just pitched me. Next thing I know, I'm midair, flying through the air, maybe 8-10 foot, like a 2-story, like a story and a half. I'm falling. Free falling. Wow. And then I go down and I get held down. That was just the other day.
Yeah.
But all my life, I was in incidents where it's scary. I don't ever want to drown.
Before you got bitten by a shark on your Instagram, you put a shark charm sticker on your
charming shark.
Charming shark sticker on your board. Do you think that had anything to do with the shark biting you?
No. What's so funny about that is my buddy owns the company.
That's a cool company. I looked at it.
Multi-millionaire. And it's like, he's paying me to put that sticker on my board.
Hell yeah.
I get paid to get a sticker on my board. I think I don't pay for all of them. I get free shit for all the stickers, but I do get paid for that one. Yeah, that's weird. It's Charlie Sean. So
some more sponsors:
crazy.
Oakley, Quiet Flight.
Oakley, Quiet Flight. I've been around forever. H2 Ocean Sunblock. That's a really good one. It's my sunblock sponsor. They just give me tons of stuff. They pay for a lot of shit I do. They pay a lot of my entries. They give me checks for, like when I go on my tours. I do a surf tour up to, the Carambola Surf House in Dominican Republic. They give me a free place to stay, and they send me, whenever I bring groups of people over there, they pay for all my airfare and all that crazy stuff.
So let's talk about some of your trips you go on. How do you arrange them? How do you figure them out?
Well, I mean, I just got back from Pavonis. That was more of a fun trip. That wasn't business. That was like pleasure. I go to Pavonis twice a year. But I go to El Salvador. I'm a tour guide.
Yes.
So I bring people with me. Whatever they want, they charge me X amount of dollars for hotel, transportation, food for all the people. They'll say, okay, give us $1,000. Now, most people charge everybody $1,200, make $200. I don't make anybody. I don't care about the money. I just want to surf. So
that's fair.
Prices are cheap, and everybody comes on my trips, and it makes so many people mad. But look, dude, I'm not trying to make you mad. I don't care about $200 measly dollars. I just want to go free surfing.
There you go.
They pay my airfare. I stay at a hotel for free, and I eat for free. So, but I'm bringing them, $10,000.
Of course,
they should pay me, but they don't. Airfare is $600. And the hotel sale, they'll give me $1,000 basically. But I just want to surf. Like, I got to get a Nicaragua here in about a month. And the guy just built a hotel. So he's going to fly me over there. Me and him are going to go over there, check out his hotel. I'll take a bunch of pictures at the boom. And then I'll come home and I'll start selling that package.
Are you picking warm water destinations?
Absolutely. I can't stand cold water. I go to Peru. That's borderline.
Okay.
I could never live in California, dude. Sorry. I go to Trestles once in a while.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris Ward. I always hit him up on Facebook. And me and him will surf together. He'll go right, I go left, and the kids hate us.
You're splitting the peak?
I'm like, yeah, I got shots of me and him, elbow to elbow. Him going right, me going left. I'm 62. He's probably 52. And the kids are all like, just pissed.
Is Chris one of your favorite surfers?
Oh, my God. He's amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
He can still be on the tour, if you ask me. The shit he does, I don't surf like him. I can hold my own, dude. I put it on a rail. I can blow the tail. I can do shit, but I'm not doing airs like I used to. But I like throwing the tail out in the air and then just like the nose of my board being in the wave that I ride out of it. That's pretty radical looking.
Yeah. No, you're surfing well. You're ripping, man.
It's crazy.
Do you think you'll ever, I know you said you won't, but do you think you ever change board designs?
I already said no before we even said it. Yeah, I probably will. Who knows when? Maybe when I'm 80.
Okay. How do you stay healthy?
Lots and lots of Cinnamon Toast Crunch in the morning, McDonald's for lunch, and TV dinners at night. Just kidding. Now, I actually changed my diet a lot. I've been eating a lot of, I'll cook with, avocado oils. I eat a lot of vegetables now. I eat a lot of red meat. I eat a lot of chicken and fish. And I try to eat good. I don't eat a lot of buttery stuff, cholesterol stuff. I've actually carved it. I go to the gym all the time now. I'm in the ice bath a lot for inflammation I surf so much. I sit in that ice bath, dude. It's amazing. It's just amazing.
Let's talk about the Gnarly Charley Surf Series. How'd that come about?
Oh, that's my baby. That's what I do.
Yeah. I saw some of the pictures. It's pretty cool. It looks like the Groms are having fun.
We're having 100 kids a contest, dude. And
that's
especially
sick.
Now after this, it's going to be crazy this week. I got a contest this weekend. I'm not sure if I can do it yet. I can walk, but it hurts. But yeah. So the contest, 2006 in Jacksonville. I thought about doing a contest for kids because all these kids were doing ESA and NSSA, and they're getting blown out because they were just beginners.
Yeah.
I got my ass kicked, but I didn't go home to my mom and tell my mom and dad I got beat, and they stroked my ego.
Yeah.
They told me try harder, so I did.
Yeah.
So now I'm kind of like I'm doing a series for kids that are beginners, so I get them grooved up, get them ready for the ESA, get them ready for the next level.
Do you ever see kids that are super good that should not be in your series, and do you kick them out, or what do you do with them?
Oh no, I've had a couple kids I couldn't wait till they moved on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But the parents kind of made them hang around. They like the trophies, but it got to the point. But I've never had to kick anybody out.
Okay.
I've had a bunch of kids on the Challenger series now. I got Zoe Benedetta did mine.
Oh,
Rachel
wow.
Priestley did my series.
Cool.
Robbie McCormick did it. And he's like one of the best air guys in the world right now.
Who do you think is the best air guy of all time?
How old are you?
I'm 54. So
Davey Miller.
Davey
Kevin
Miller?
Reed.
Kevin Reed?
And Kevin Reed from up north in California.
Yeah, I know.
They started that shit. Kevin Reed.
Matt Cackley didn't?
Cackley? I
Yeah.
was going to go there.
Okay.
And I was going to go John Holman on the East Coast. I can't believe I hadn't heard of him. He invented the Air 360.
I'm gonna Google that. I don't know why I don't know that. I just don't. Sorry.
You got to Google John Holman.
Okay.
And then there's other guys that that I love watching surf the airs, but I don't know. Just the air back in the day. Christian Fletcher was one of my favorites back in the day.
Okay.
I mean, he was amazing.
Were you a big air guy?
I was an air guy. You had to. It was the thing to do. It still is.
Okay.
But I was doing air. That's why my name's Hajek. It was called Jack Air. I did the Jack Air.
Yeah, the Jack Air. All right.
I was Jack Air.
What point did you change your name to Gnarly Charley? And how'd that happen?
All right. Well, that's a great question. Okay. It was a hot summer day. And I was running a surf camp for kids.
Okay.
Right at the turn of the century, 2000, 24 years ago. This kid took off with his shore break. It was kind of big. And this kid went over the falls and ate shit so bad. And I'm like, oh, shit. He ate it. And one of the kids looked at me and goes, oh, you potty mouth. Oh, you so gnarly. I'm like, oh, my. Yes, I am. And that's how it started. Cussing in front of the kids. You call me, you go, you so gnarly. And I'm like, yes, I am. And from then on, it was Gnarly Charley.
That's great.
Not a good story.
Yeah, that's a great. I love that story.
That was a good one.
And you just embraced it. You're like, F it. This is.
I marketed it. I branded it.
Okay.
It's branded. I'm coming out. I'm trying to do a cereal now, Gnarly Nibbles.
There you go.
But I got to find out. It's a lot of work.
I'm sure. Do you have a flavor, like texture you're going to go with?
Cinnamon.
You love
I love
cinnamon.
anything cinnamon.
Okay. Perfect.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Who are you approaching? Are you approaching Post or Kellogg, or who are you going
Kellogg's.
to? Okay.
Kellogg's.
You're a Kellogg's guy.
We started thinking about doing some Pop-Tart kind of stuff. And we thought that was really cool with my logo, but we couldn't figure out a flavor because I already have cinnamon. And I really like cinnamon. So, I don't know. Just Gnarly Nibbles. I don't know. I want to do it. We're working on it, but I don't. You know how that goes. It probably never happen. But you got to have a goal. You got to
have dreams, right?
You got to have dreams. And I already live in my dreams, so I can't complain. My dreams already came true.
Were you born a marketer?
I think so, dude. If you could just see my social media right now.
I've been looking at it. I've been following you for
my
years.
Followers are just going through the roof right now. It's just nuts.
Would you ever want to be bitten by a shark again?
No, you don't want to be bitten by. It ain't that bad. I've been fucking lit up by a letterbox jellyfish that were way worse.
Okay.
I would not want to get stung by a jellyfish.
But don't you feel like you're fortunate that it didn't take your calf or anything else?
Dude, it could have took my Achilles or
It could have made it way worse.
Could have had my foot off. I'd never surf again.
Right.
So yeah,
you'd be a kneeboarder.
I would be. Well, I'd definitely be a kneeboarder. And I always make fun of kneeboarders. But I'd do something. I'd still ride the waves. I got a good shot. Me and Bethany Hamilton were in Pavonis about a year ago.
Okay.
And we were just joking about, this, that, and the other. And I was telling her where I was from, and she goes, but I don't want to hear about it. I really don't. I go, okay. And now she hears I got bit. She's going to laugh her ass off.
Yes. Well, hers is a little more extreme.
My God. Yeah.
And she's how is she as a person? Because she is a true athlete. The thing she does is amazing.
She is amazing. I surfed with her.
Yeah.
I went out surfing with her at Pavonis, and she was
charging, right?
You got to see how she catches waves. Okay. First of all, she has to sit in just a little more than most people.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't have the paddling strength like me or you would have.
She kind of goes underneath it.
Dude, she never missed I missed more waves than she did. And I got two arms. She'd sit there, like I said, maybe 15 feet closer into the break.
Yep.
And see what she'd do is with her other arm, she'd grab the noser board and shove it down the ocean, and they would pop back out. And that's how she got the pop. When you push your board in the water, it pops back out.
Yes.
That's how she got it going. And she's got it wired. Oh, dude, she don't even feel sorry for that girl.
Oh, I don't. No, she's.
I know you don't.
She's a true athlete. Yeah, no, I think
she's a true athlete.
Yeah,
yes,
like, for sure.
I met her and her husband and her kids, and I liked her a lot.
Yeah, cool. She seems like a nice person.
She was doing gnarly turns, bro. She was doing better turns than I was, to be honest.
No. She's like, once again, that she surfs well, like super well.
Yes, she's a perfect role model for kids too.
They put you on any meds to keep you back?
No, I got antibiotics. I'm on antibiotics for the infection.
Okay.
so that it doesn't get infected. But I've been watching it every day. It's looking really good. It's looking like I might be in the water by Monday or Tuesday next week.
Do you have to be concerned about sand getting in there? Are you staying away from the sand?
Oh, I'm not even going to the beach. I look at it every day for fucking my whole life. I don't need to see it. I don't want to see it. I mean, it's not. I can handle it, but it's all choppy and blown out. Like I said, there's hurricanes sitting off the coast right now. The winds are already 15 knots southeast today. It's only going to get worse at the range. It's going to get nasty tonight and tomorrow.
Okay.
Everybody said it's a good time to have a shark bite because it's going to be bad for the next 3 or 4 days.
Are you loving the publicity from this? You being a marketing guy?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, of course. This is like a dream come true for me. Like, I'm not seriously hurt. It's out of control. It's so blown up. Like, People's Magazine did an article about me, how I almost lost my leg. Dude, I got 6 stitches. What are you talking about?
Once again, it could have been a lot worse.
Oh, yeah, no. And then today I saw a big article with Surfer Magazine, and USA Today had a thing on me. And then last night I was on Google feed.
Yeah.
Like, when you Google something, it had Trump, and it had a football game for Monday night, and it had my Shark Tank. Google feed, bro. It's international shit.
Yes. Well, this is going to help you grow, even get your name out of the. A lot of people know who you are in the surf world.
Right.
Now you're going to Wisconsin. You're going to be known in, the middle of Europe.
I get it.
Yeah.
The middle of the country.
They may not remember you in 20 years, but they might. You never know.
Who knows?
It's a great story.
It's a good story, dude. I wish I could do this live with you.
Yeah.
I wish I could beat you. But anyway.
When I come to Florida, we'll go surf. How's that?
I would love to. Just hit me up, man, and I'll totally surf with you.
Yeah. Last question I have for you is, what is surfing to you today? What does it mean to you?
What is surfing to me today?
Yeah. What does it mean to you?
Well, it's my life. It's my life. It's my world. I mean, it's my world. Only a surfer knows the feeling. I get that. I know it's cliche, Billabong, but surfing is a long road. How's that?
There you go.
And you don't even understand that unless you're older. You can't understand that if you're 20 years old. But when you're 50 and 60 and you surf your whole life like I did, you'll figure out what it means. Just surfing is a long road. It's a way of life, bro. It's me. I got my boards. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to wax up and go. I'm counting the hours when these stitches come out, so I'm back in the water. Okay?
Yeah.
It's a culture. It's a full culture for me.
So I was going to wrap it up at there, but now I have a couple more questions. You have your tail patch on your boards, and then you have this gap of maybe 6 inches or a foot, it looks like, and then you have a lot of wax on the front foot.
I don't wear tail pads. Those things you see on my board, those are carbon strips.
Okay, carbon strips.
And, well, the reason why they're there is because it saves your tail for a little more strength. And also, since I started doing that, people, they leave me alone now. Why don't you wear a tail pad? Why don't you wear a tail pad? I'm sick of it. Dude, I don't like tail pads. They tear my knees up. And I don't
wear them either. Yeah.
I don't wear them. They fuck me up. So I just don't wear them. So, but now everybody thinks I have a tail pad. And it's not even a tail pad. It's a carbon strip under the glass.
I'm pulling the picture up right now because I swear I saw one, but maybe I didn't.
There's no way. I had a paddle. I tried a paddle one time. Jeff Klugel gave me one in California in the 80s. I put a pad on my board and I ripped it off because it tore my knees up. I mean, maybe in the wintertime it'd be all right. You got a wetsuit on. And then I waxed my nose, my front foot, and my back foot. And everybody goes, why don't you wax the middle of your board? Because I don't stand there. That's where I sit.
All right, here's the picture. Okay, let me look at it better. I guess you're right. Oh, it's you're talking, so I can't see. It just, from afar, it looks like you have a tail patch, but you don't.
Yeah, he does. I get it. That's why I did it.
Yeah.
And I like that. Well, my shaver did it for strength because I was crushing my tails in so fast. They started putting these carbon strips. And people look at it so quick, they don't think about it. But it doesn't go all the way across my board, just on the rail.
So are you heavily back-footed?
Oh, yeah. You got to turn off. You pivot off your back foot.
Yeah. Okay.
Everything's your back foot. Your front foot just sits there. I don't know what your front foot does. Don't do much.
You're going down the line. You're pushing it, right? On your front. Yeah. I always go through the front deck. I don't know why. I'm just heavily front-footed.
I'd much rather hurt front foot than a back foot. If my front foot was hurt, I could probably surf. But you got to do everything on your back. All your weight, you push everything on your back foot. I'm able to start bending my foot now, but I can't bend it too much because I don't want to rip the stitches out of my ankle.
All right, man. Gnarly Charley.
Oh, man, I hate to say goodbye, but I will let you go and call me if you ever need anything.
All right, everybody. So thank you for joining us again this week. And thank you very much, Gnarly Charley, for coming on the show. I really
I'm
appreciate
stoked,
it.
man.
Right on. All right, everybody. We're out of here. Mike and Gnarly Charley, gone.
Later, man.
Later.
You go left, I go right. Man, this wave is out of sight. Going surfing. Going surfing. Going surfing with friends. Ride this wave to the shore. Paddle out, I'm gonna catch 10 more. Going surfing. Going surfing. Going surfing with friends. I don't care if it's wrong or right. I'm gonna do it all day, I'm gonna do it all night. I'm going surfing. Going surfing. Going surfing with friends. On my way, it's a beautiful day. I'm going surfing. I'm going surfing. Going surfing with friends.
All right,
This
go
is
ahead.
an after story.
Yeah.
This is called a nightcap. All right, so we're gonna go way back, everybody. So everybody, put your thinking caps on. Let's go way back in time. This is fun because everybody's all worried about the future and what's going on now. Let's just go take a step back in time. Put yourselves back in 1986, and there I was. I was like 24 years old, and I'm going to California for the World Team Trials, and I'm with Kelly Slater. He's like 12. Scott Farnsworth's there. Mike Parsons is there. All these guys from Australia. Kong Elkerton and just Mark Sansbury and all these different teams from all over the world. And here's here's Charley. I'm competing with the U.S. team, and I got a heat going out with Davey Eggers, and I got a heat with a couple other kids over there. And Davey Eggers was a little younger than me, but Davey Eggers was not in the heat. He was much younger than me. I don't remember who was in the heat, but it was a stacked heat.
Mm-hmm.
But I go out in my heat, and right before my heat, Kelly Slater's dad, Steve Slater, goes, "Hey, man, you can use my watch." I'm like, "Oh, okay, sure." So I put his watch on, and I paddle out. So I get out in the water, and the heat starts, and we're right there, right at the jetty. It'd be the South Jetty, but on the north side of the South Jetty.
Yep.
And the waves were coming in, and the lefts were just firing. I'll never forget. It was one of those kind of a foggy morning. The waves were 6 foot, oil glass, just perfection. And here I am out there, and I got Slater's dad's watch on my wrist, and all of a sudden it keeps popping off my wrist.
Oh.
I'm like, "Oh shit! I gotta fix this thing." I'm trying to fix it, and now the clock's running,
Yeah.
and I couldn't get the damn thing to clip. The whole time I'm fighting, I'm taking off a waves, holding my wrist. I don't want to lose the guy's watch. Needless to say, I lost the freaking heat. I gave Slater's dad back his watch, and I'm like, "Appreciate it." Is that a good story?
That's a good story.
The world was there. All the people, Brazilians, the Australians. I named you some heavy hitters from California at the time.
Yeah.
Doug Silva was there. Like, these are all guys watching me. And I'm like, I can't catch a wave without holding my wrist.
Oh,
It's
shit.
a nice watch.
Yeah.
So I came in. I said, "Dude, I couldn't clip it." He's like, "What?" And they showed me how to clip it. It was so easy. Just cost me the fucking world. I was the world trials.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it was funny. Good
It's
story.
a good story, though.
I'll let you go.
All right. Hey, you guys. Endless Summer box set. This thing is legit. It's authentic. Numbered certificate in it. It has a 5-frame film strip from the original print. You will literally own a piece of history. It has a specially minted bronze medallion. Dude, that thing's sick. Okay, there's so much more here. Go to the show notes. There's a link on there. Go check this piece of history out. This thing's rad. Seriously. Smithsonian American History Museum has it. It took 4 years of research with 3.5 in production, all hand assembled. This thing's rad. So much to this awesome box set. Remastered DVD, sharper images than the original film, but dude, this thing's so sick. Link in the show notes.